my friends. Today, Friday, this time, let's introduce our heavy duties in machine. Firstly, let me introduce myself. This is our basic information. Quantum screw machine, our brand, manufactured in Dongguan City, South China, Dongguan City. Our 20 years experience in this field. This is our basic information. We are CNC screen machine manufacturer with our own brand, with over 20 years experience in this field. Provide the heavy duty precise for different user field for almost every field of our daily life. This is my contact information. Innovator Export Sales Manager. We are professional CNC screen machine manufacturer. And this is our workshop at the front view of this machine and the rear view of this machine. This side for assembly was informed and far sides for the compression screw machine. Middle size next to 2 mm compression screw machine. And this was informed. This one 7 completely over, maybe over 20, over 30%. Just in need to fix on the tools, fix on the screen forming holes, and the right forming holes left goes separately next. This one usually switch axis of 4 axes of each area one spindle. This one for this precise interval from 0.2 max to 2.3 millimeter. If the material is iron, it can procession the wire 3 millimeter. This one. Okay, let me firstly let me show you around for the present situation at our workshop to show you around. For this one to be fixed on the tools, go sampling next, and then the rear, this also the rear view of the cameless non-wire rotary. This one cameless for feeding wire length 0.3 to 1.6 millimeter. Meanwhile, let's step into the site for the compression spring. Here I have several in almost completed. For example, this one in sampling today. To showcase for 2 axes for the precise spring with the external lens control device. External lens control device for salt lens device. This salt lens device. And this the sensor. Fixed on the sensor to control the spring total length. So here's a machine, 2 axes. Meanwhile, 0.15 to 1 millimeter, 2 axes, both of 1 kilowatt with salt lens control. Here's a machine for the accurate task. You can also notice this wire is mini wire or just packed also like in this is mini wire like this. salt length control and the sensor fixed on the quality side. So here's the details for how it's installing the salt length, external salt length control for this machine. This machine sampling almost completed. And meanwhile, today, let me show you some of the other precise spring machine, precise the compression spring machine, and for this the semi. And today, the one here's take a closer look at the control. This one, the English program, the light hand, as the slider, the up slider called the light hand. The program name program XYZA. Y for wire feeding. The different 4 axes as total, and the precise level goes to 0.01 millimeter, 0.01 millimeter. So this the program auto later present later. The machine is in English style. This one, the operating system, host operating system, 4 axes. This machine feeding wire length for 0.15 millimeter, max to 2 millimeter. Operating system is not touch screen. Here's the, you can select the F1 to F8 to select the menu, then adjust the parameters, and programming by list the vertical keyboard. So this and the quality side. Here's the machine, the whole view for this machine. Take a close look at here's the details for the inside. Inside with 4 axes with the anti-vibration balance pad to make sure it's accurate for the control the precise tasks. 4 pair feeding rollers. For the meanwhile, for the simple task, for the mini wire task as less 1 millimeter, our engineer sometimes will just need 1 pair of feeding rollers to running for the task as wire less 1 millimeter. Let's move to the inside for the structure as the electric and operating system. Okay. Okay, let's move to the rear view of the machine. The rear view of the machine for 4 axes. 4 axes. For the OD control, for the wire feeding, for wire feeding, for cutter, for OD control, for the pitch, for the final cutter, These 4 axes. So this machine with advantage set up easily and easy to operate, easy to swift to change next task. So if you have a minus lot for of high frequent changing in the working time, this would be a good choice. 4 is with advantage set up easily and change easily. For this is the 4-axis spring quality machine with the most important advantage set up easily and easy for learning. With wire decal max load 200 kilograms and using our standard China style, the voltage 380 voltage. Alternative current 380. This up slider. Sometimes if you have the anti-clockwise task, you will use a lower slider, but mostly we build for you the up slider. Feeding wire range. This machine feeding wire range 0.15 to 2 millimeter, and the operating system Y for wire feeding. XYZA 4 axis for the audio control, for the pitch, for the final cutoff. So this standby presently the status standby. You can set up the tasks and the finished task, set up the total task, and finish the quality control set. Here's quality control set as the the AQL level. So the quality, the present rate, and the remaining task need time. So the key for set a task, the order is clear for you to how many pieces had already made down and how many times still needed at present rate. Okay, this is our site for the compression spring area. And meanwhile, let's move to the forming machine site. Move to the forming machine site. This site for setup sampling and where some of them will go in for the dispatch tomorrow and after the holidays, some of them completed. And this one sampling completed will go in for the dispatch. Soonest, the welding machine, the current, the fixture, the standard fixture, and welded together with welding machine. So bend to make it in one stop. Aluminum material is aluminum, long wire aluminum, and the welding machine, tools, and the welding equipment. So here's the finished products. Here's the site correcting the finished products. This almost completed. We're going for the dispatch soonest. One more time, I have introduced, we have the precise spring cutting machine for the wire 2 millimeter or smaller for the precise spring cutting machine. Here's 3 models for detailed introduction. This one, 2 axis for this 2 style, the advanced for the accurate, for super precise, for wire light. 0.08 millimeter, and of course is standard version for 0.15 to 1 millimeter. And this 2 below, 2 axis 0.15 to 1.6 millimeter. And this one, 4 axis with outbounded, set up easy to learn and fast for changing for a swift next for a high frequent changing different tasks during your working hours. This is 4 axis for wire 0.15 to 2 millimeter. Here's a special for spring folding machine. A special service for spring folding machine on task converted chocolate coating. This is our trademark. We sold our machine. It uses in our own brand worldwide for domestic for folding sales. With over 20 years, the list series for conveyor belt, mostly for the task, focus from wire 0.8 to 2 millimeter, mostly, but this remodel covers the length from 0.4 max to 4 millimeter. This now first, this is our catalog. This is the old one. This is the presented one. So we are mid-sized machine manufacturer. This is our ever catalog. This is the version 2023. This is the version 2025. This is the version of our catalog 2025. And this is the ever version in 2023. We are CNC spring machine manufacturer in Dongguan City with our own brand to sell our machine for domestic for foreign sales. Our 20 years experience. Here's the nameplate. Once the assembly completed, we will fix a nameplate in front of the chassis, in front of the machine chassis, to tell you to fix the basic information, tell you the basic order criteria, the basic information for the trademark, for the machine, floor name, model number, and input, voltage, and frequency. If the China standard goes like this, and the machine for net weight, native power, production date, this is a nameplate. Meanwhile, we also have the machine sold to the trading company. They may use their own nameplate from trading company. This is our nameplate. We also accept it to provide the nameplate from the trading company if the order is released from trading company. Okay? This is our catalog and our way, our style, our main steps to reach and complete the inner purchase with foreign clients. The key steps. Usually, we now have total almost 20 models for the machine. So most of the models do not have stock, do not have the ready one. We get the order, then start for installing the machine, take 2 to 3 weeks. Then machine installed down, warm up running, fix on tools, go assembly. Then for the dispatch or for next client come to our factory for spend 6 to 9 days for foreign clients for a free unit training at our factory. Then for the dispatch and finally complete the import custom clearance. So this is the key steps for complete a deal with us for a key step, major process. You can take this a picture, make a screen snap. Okay. This machine, this series, templates, spring foaming machine for templates, the laboratory for small wire, less 4 mm, and our 4 mm tasks usually prefer choice the one with wire rotary for more complicated. For the product, for the task, consists of a lot of turning and a twist. A lot of different brands consist. For complicated tasks, consists of a lot of brand and a turning. Solid, this goes by a machine with wire rotary. What's the difference between these two or these two? This have a cabinet behind the work panel. This two, you can see with the cabinet behind the work panel. And this one, no cabinet behind the work panel. This is the difference. This one, the can type series. No cameras, no wire rotary, with wire rotary, with wire rotary. For complicated tasks with limitation on the budget, this series is a good choice. If you have not the plentiful of a budget, but the task with complicated at his appearance, at his structure, this series will be a good choice. For if you task is complicated the budget with somewhat at limitation, this series will be a good choice. You can see this one max for 6 mm. Procession, making, manufacturing, split, leg time. The wire forming products irregular, different shape, irregular, a short leg, torsion spring. For the symbolize the hook, daily use hook, or pull spring, extension spring using a checklist. For the extension spring of central loops at both ends. One more time, here's telling the precise two-axis spring production, the dental use, medical arch wire, for the round wire, for the square wire, for the round wire, for the square wire, for rectangle wire. But the material for stainless steel only. Material for stainless steel only. All in all, we have total 3 big group of machine. 3 big group of machine in the center, in the C side, the can base. And this, the left one, canvas heavy duty with wire rotary, and the light one, spring quality machine, the light one, spring quality machine. Here's a user site, the automobile brake spring. The brake spring, 1 unit of automobile brake spring, at least 3 extension spring. 4 spring used for the key parts in a brake set, in a brake pack. The brake spring, here's example, 3 extension springs. Also like the landing wiper, using the extension spring by wire. Thickness 2.8 to 3.5 millimeter. This the spider, the window spring, the starter spring, using side of the snow blower or agriculture mower by the starter window spring. And the car seat self-serve has the constant force spring and the mechanical watch, the flat stick, bending, hair spring, balance spring. This is the set model for the agriculture purpose, springtime, lake time. We now have this one in stock. If you have a plan for your coming inquiry, you can send me your drawing, sample drawing or task pictures, sample pictures or drawing. Then we will do sampling for you in coming soonest within 10 days. This is full package for both long wire and flat strip. The full package is the wire repair main machine and a power station for honeycomb offshore and for long wire. However, wire mesh chocolate coating trap. This is one of our advantage group. Here's only for the however wire mesh with limitation like this, limitation like this. Material limitation. Stainless steel mostly wide thickness. So this is a full independent package for the full package for this mass production. The full set machine appearance. For wire repair, the main machine for the support stand. The bending different lengths of max 2.5 meter. Max to 2.5 meter. This machine max for the wire 2.5 millimeter. Hook grade stainless steel. This telling the mechanical watch, hair spring making machine, balance spring production equipment. Also using in and meter. We provide the machine for mechanic watch, hair spring making. This material, the hair spring, the balance spring material is very minimal of white strip, wide 0.16 millimeter, and the thickness less 0.05 millimeter. This page telling the automobile industry using a lot of springs in different positions in different parts. So every car at least 30 pieces, different type springs used in every car. This is some example of their size. For example, the landing wiper, the trap, the brake, the seat belt, the clutch, the accelerator, the shock absorber, and the sleeve, tight loops, compression spring, nylon, the engine. Okay, let's move to the near side, the machine, to explain some more details about the machine. This one for the flat strip. So for the mechanical watch, balance spring or hair spring. For the flat strip, stainless steel or alloy as small, tiny, wide, minus 0.16 millimeter, and the thickness is less 0.05 millimeter. For the mechanic watch, for mechanic watch hair spring, balance spring. This one, cameras in sampling, in setup for the sampling, mass production, the foot procession, conveyor belt, chocolate coating chain, chocolate enveloping belt. The single unit, conveyor belt, bending. For example, 1 meter wide, 1 meter length, take time 30 to 35 seconds. For the conveyor belt, for the chocolate coating, chocolate enveloping by this machine. And we will go next to fix on, to install on the standing for support stand. Once the sampling in the ending part of the sampling, this for conveyor belt, chocolate coating, chocolate enveloping. One stop to make the conveyor belt completed. And this one, the heavy duty. Behind the work panel, you can see a cabinet. This with the wire rotary. This with the wire rotary. For agricultural purpose, to make mass production, the springtime and the winter side. For agriculture, springtime, wintertime, springtime, atmosphere 4 to 8. Behind this, the process of water and the cabinet. The cabinet mainly two systems, both in this cabinet, two main systems, the wire and the wire tube. Here was the over the here the silver for 50 euros. All the using the brand second for silver and complete system operation. And complete system usually second colors English, Chinese for South African countries. They also Spanish operating system for North Carolina, Latin, and Polish. So customized Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, Polish. This has English, Chinese, or Spanish. This is the driver and the driver. Then we have driver part. Every of the left, the server model, left of this 4.5 kilowatt server, the model, the current access system, the radio, 8 centimeter, the speaker, and the presentable in the lineup for this. The lineup consists of 400 joule this program to settle this 8 millimeter atmosphere for a 10 ground nail, 10 ground nail. We can also add the sharpening device at the starting site to make it one stop completely. Just need adding sharpening device. So this at But this machine at late 8 to 12 pieces per minute. But more most of it is machine really good for spring time, late time, for harvester, for strawberry, for hay, tractor, for weather, for chickens, for harvest, for spring time, late time. This is the most important task for the heavy-duty spring and it is our part of heavy-duty spring machine. The crack, the machine, making agriculture, spring time, late time, for this. And another field is for the mobile industry, for the waste, and cement industry, and ship, ocean, that ocean, or industry. Also use the kick guidance juggling with low attack at least 60 juggling per 60. And every juggling at 4 speed. This is our schedule. On base of the material, mostly by stainless steel, for example, S-304 or S-302 or S-360. Mostly the wide thickness from 0.8 to 3 millimeters. And the single unit length mostly at 30 centimeters to 1.2 meters. Our machine bending the single unit one stop take at late around 2 or 2.5 liters per minute. For the chocolate coating, for the snacks, for the chocolate reloading, for bread roast, for the fruit washing, for also for the parcels, express sorting line. As wire for this white chemical posture wires. We also have the poor and skillful solution to bending the poor one, including the great washer, honeycomb shape, flat strip, and the straight line to link between the honeycombs. The straight line linked the two parts, then extended meter by meter. Okay, let's move closer to this machine. And this is the quieting side. This is the forming side. The coiling finger, the tool made of spring, tool spring. And the manger, 8 centimeter, with a hole inside. Mostly the one with wire rotary for the task, long the wire task. Mostly not used for the flat strip with the machine with wire rotary, mainly for the long wire task. The work panel, this is the work panel, 8 feet at wide, and the height 1.86 meter. This cabinet consists of 2 main parts, 2 main systems, wire rotary and the wire feeding. Show you a full view to be loaded by the high cube ocean container. By the high cube ocean container, mainly for agriculture, spring tire, and automobile, brake spring, torsion spring, for wire over 4 millimeter. This one feeding wire suggests to 3 to 8 millimeter.